In today's video, I'm going to go over how to be a film buff, a movie buff, a cinephile, a film lover, whatever you want to call it. These are the things that I have personally done to grow an extensive knowledge of film throughout the years and what has kept me interested in it after watching 2,500 plus movies and counting. I have 5 points of what I do to achieve film buff status, which are: watch a lot of movies, enjoy the hunt, educate yourself, know the industry, and stick around for point number 5 because it might just surprise you. Number 1, watch a lot of movies. This might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised to find out how many people haven't watched that many movies. As a film buff, you need to expand your horizons. I would start with watching any film that's considered a classic. Movies like The Matrix, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Avengers, The Godfather, and so on. This will give you a firm foundation to build off of and help you build credibility when you talk about movies to other people. Because it doesn't matter if you've seen 4,000 films in your life, if you haven't seen Wizard of Oz, people will look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. Then I would expand to watch at least the greatest hits of every type of film, meaning every genre and subgenre. Even if you're not that into, let's say, anime, you should still explore the most well-known and well-loved films in the genre to understand why people identify with it and try to see why they're great. The same goes with other small niches in the film category like independent films, westerns, film noir, stop motion, kaiju, and blaxploitation. With this comes the expansion into old films, anything 1960s or older, to experience old Hollywood and the prevalence of escapist cinema. The final boss is silent films, which, like fine wines, only a true film sommelier can appreciate. You must also experience all of these genres and time periods through the lens of foreign cinema. This can be challenging, particularly for Americans like myself, who live in a country that makes films for the rest of the world. American cinema is world cinema for a lot of countries. But other countries make great movies too. I have grown to love Indian and South Korean cinema, and France also has a lot to offer as well, amongst many other great film scenes. This principle of watching a lot of film to be a film buff applies to a lot of different disciplines. You have to watch a lot of sports to get into sports. You have to play a lot of video games to get into video games. It's the name of the game. I would recommend keeping track of all the movies you've seen to track your mental library of film knowledge. Then you can easily see which years and which genres you need to watch more of to have a more eclectic view and taste of cinema. I personally do this by keeping a track of every movie I've ever seen. It's a list I've been compiling since I was in 8th grade. Also, having a list of films that you haven't seen yet but want to watch later is quite handy. Especially if you have friends that are really into film, they will inevitably be recommending films to you. I also make it a point to ask people what their favorite movie is, and if I haven't seen it, then I have to watch it for myself to see what all the hullabaloo is about. Another piece of advice I have is when you watch movies, give each movie a shot. Immerse yourself in the experience and let the movie take you on a journey. Don't be on your phone, don't be distracted. Watch it on the biggest screen you have access to, even if that's just your laptop. Shut out all the lights and avoid pausing as much as possible. Don't put on subtitles if you know the language the movie's in. You don't want to train your eyes to constantly look at the bottom of the screen and miss the visual artwork of the film. This may also seem like a no-brainer, but a lot of young people who doom scroll for 10 hours straight can't sit still for a 90-minute movie. Number 2. Enjoy the hunt. Now that you're set off on your journey of exploration, you now can enjoy hunting for good movies that you've never seen before. The more movies you watch, the more you can start to feel like you've already seen everything. That's just because you're not looking in the right places. Many people miss out on great movies because they only watch what their streaming platform is recommending to them. An easy fix for this is to pay a few extra bucks more per month for a VPN and change your location to other countries to see what that platform is offering to other parts of the world. Another thing you can do to find great movie recommendations is to get a friend that is also a film buff. I think this is the biggest way to find great films. I personally never would have seen one of my favorite films, La La Land, if my friend Bobby didn't convince me to see it with him in theaters. Because I usually don't like most musicals. These friends may broaden your horizons into different films and types of films you've never heard of. You could also easily quadruple your options of movies by checking what's on free streaming platforms like Tubi, Pluto TV, Freevee, Fandango has a whole free section as well, and YouTube's free section. If you have a DVD, Blu-ray player, you can still rent movies for free at your local library, as long as you return them on time. If you get really deep into hunting, you'll find there's a whole category of films only available on physical media. In some cases, if you want to watch a particular movie, you may have to find the VHS somewhere just to see it. A true film buff will have a deep and abiding appreciation for physical media. Then your hunt for good films could take you to thrift stores and secondhand video stores all over town. One cheap way to expand your physical media library is to go on Facebook Marketplace. There are plenty of people looking to unload their old DVD or VHS collections completely for free, or maybe just for 25 cents a piece. Another way to find good movies is a streaming platform called Mubi, which is specifically curated for movie lovers. Your journey to experience great film might lead you down the image quality rabbit hole, where you build up your collection of 4K discs and start designing your own home theater. Then you can become obsessed with the latest and greatest OLED and surround sound technologies. Your newfound knowledge of film history might make you want to go on road trip adventures to see movies at historic movie theaters like the Old Theater District in LA, or small town gems like the State Theater in Washington, Iowa, which was built in 1897. A fun experience I think every film buff should do at least once is go to a drive-in movie. It would be even cooler if you could see an old 50s monster movie at the drive-in and get the authentic experience. Another fun road trip adventure is going to see old filming locations. I personally drove an hour and 45 minutes both ways just to see the church from Kill Bill. Filming locations aren't just in New York and California. Every state and area in the US and Canada has at least a few places where something was shot. Another place to get good movie recs is to go on Letterboxd and see the list that people make. Every film buff can't wait to include a movie on their list no one has ever heard of. IMDb and other sites like it have tons of movie lists for everything you can think of. You can also go on deep dives of different actors and directors you like and explore their filmography. If I didn't go on a Mila Jovovich deep dive, I never would have seen Faces in the Crowd. And if I didn't go on a Walter Hill deep dive, I never would have seen The Driver. I once went on a deep dive of the year 2004, which led me to watch the French parkour film District B13. One thing I miss about video stores like Blockbuster and Family Video is getting movie recs from the employees that worked there, both from talking to them behind the counter and also seeing their movie recommendations on the wall. The experience of going to a video store and seeing aisle after aisle of endless titles to choose from, while a movie played overhead in the background, is a lot more exciting than just flipping through suggestions on Netflix. It's also a lot better than flipping through titles on a red box outside of a gas station. But kudos to Redbox for keeping the physical media rental space alive as long as it did. All this is to say that the journey and culture of movie watching is not as sedentary and solitary as you might think. It can involve going out and seeing cool and exciting new things and meeting new people. Movies are supposed to bring people together. Number 3, educate yourself. Having a knowledge of the history of film can make certain films more interesting to watch. If you found out that 91 people got cancer and died from filming The Conqueror in 1956, including John Wayne himself, would it make you want to watch the movie even if it's bad? If you knew that during the early days of sound film, the cameraman had to operate it in a soundproof box so the mic didn't pick up the sound, which sometimes led to cameramen dying of heat stroke, would that make you want to watch a bunch of 1930s cinema? One fact that keeps me coming back to silent film over and over again is the fact that 90% of silent films are lost forever because of the extremely flammable nitrate film stock that was used. Watching a film that was rediscovered almost 100 years after being lost is a special kind of feeling, especially when you know there was only one surviving print someone found in a barn or basement somewhere. Understanding what the backstory is of the film industry at the time, along with what was going on in the lives of the actors and directors that made those great works of art, helps you to appreciate it even more. Also, educating yourself on what makes films great is very important, even if you never plan on being a director or cinematographer. You should still recognize when directors use crane shots to elicit emotion. You should be able to recognize good writing and good acting decisions made by actors. You should think to yourself, why is whiplash and bad words yellow? Why do certain directors have certain styles? Can a movie be formulaic but completely original at the same time? Why does Owen Wilson play Owen Wilson, and why does it work? You don't have to know the answers to these questions, but you have to be asking them. Number 4, know the industry. This is less important than the 3 other points I mentioned earlier, but it bears saying that you should know the direction film is headed in. You should support the things you do like and discourage what you don't. For example, I don't like that the most popular movies of the year in recent years are all remakes, sequels, and based on existing IPs. So I choose to support bold original screenplays like They Will Kill You, which just came out, that I loved. I follow what actors, creators, and studios do to decide if they're worth supporting. I'm not talking about their political or religious beliefs. I'm referring to how what they do affects the films they make. If I get the sense from an actor that they are just chasing a paycheck and could care less about what movie they're in, I might be less inclined to support their movies. The same goes for studios that use LED walls for exterior shots over filming on location. Knowing what's going on behind the scenes can give you a bigger and better picture of what you're watching. Number 5. Don't be a snob. Don't think that just because you've watched more movies than someone else, that you're more superior than them. Don't use industry terms for things that you know people aren't going to get just to sound smarter. Be realistic when giving people movie recommendations on what the average person would enjoy. And be honest with yourself when you claim that a silent film is your favorite movie ever. Don't look down on someone else who says their favorite movie is Ratatouille. It also helps if you're a well-rounded person. Have other interests and passions. Live a life worth making a film about. This will help you to have a more grounded opinion of film and not have unreasonable expectations of what a film is supposed to do for you. A movie is not going to make up for the fact that you have no money or no friends or family that care about you. It's not going to make you feel like you live an exciting life of adventure if all you ever do is sit around and watch movies. Having a wide range of experiences will help you relate to characters and situations because you've been there before yourself. And remember, being a film buff is like being a pirate. Your first day you set sail, you're a pirate. You're a pirate from day one. Film buffs are the same way. If you enjoy movies and you want to get into it, then boom, you're a film buff. What makes you a film buff is not how many movies you've seen, but how bad your desire is to keep watching more. I really do want to get movie lovers' opinions on this video, so please let me know what things someone should do to become a film buff that I left out in the comments. Right now, as of the recording of this video, I'm in a 5-video comment section drought. One of those videos has over 500 views, with 0 comments. So to prevent this video from also getting 0 comments, I would really appreciate the input. Even if you comment and say, that video sucks, I'd still be happy. Anyway, I'll see you guys at my next video.